Yo, everybody. Hello, and welcome to a quick little estate update. So, we're about halfway through the champion bosses for the Madness Estate, and once we get through those and the darkest dungeons, the Madness Estate will officially be over. However, I have a brand new estate planned, one that's going to be quite interesting. So, I posted about it a couple times in the Discords and a couple times in community posts. I even have a small video on it. It's going to be called the Deck of 52. So what the Deck of 52 is, it's a themed Highlander run to where I determine teams by drawing cards, basically. A hand of 4 to make a team of 4 that I send in through pure RNG chances. Now, there's going to be some other systems where I implement to make sure things are a little bit more balanced, make sure I get, the right, characters and this, that, and the other, make sure there's going to be no repeats over and over. I'm still working out smaller systems and other things like that. Not sure if I'm going to introduce any interactive mechanics that viewers could do in the comments to influence future runs. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. I am open to name suggestions in the future, but I'll come to that when the time comes. This newest estate is going to be planned to start either late July or early August. But I have the roster for this new estate, and it's pretty much a solid 52 characters, like straight up. That's including the vanilla characters, barring it has 17 characters. I am not going to run Musketeer this time around, simply because I like Oh Nightmare's Musketeer, but there was too much overlap actually with Arbalest and a couple other things, and if I'm going to be having a roster of pure RNG bullshit, I really need like very versatile top tier classes that I enjoy playing. Not just good classes. I'm not going to pick anything like Marauder because, yes, Marauder is strong, but I don't particularly enjoy Marauder. But what I did is each of the suits represent a role. We have Spades, which are the damage dealers. They are the killers. They are the ones that are designed to pretty much put the hurt out on the enemy. Then we have Hearts. These are supports and healers, be it stress healing, buffing, HP healing, that sort of thing. Then we have Clubs. Clubs are basically your walls and your tanks and your defensive gods. So people like Man-at-Arms, Leper, Houndmaster, stuff like that. And then finally, I needed a fourth role, so this one's a little bit more open-ended, kind of a stretch. They're the diamonds. I call them the specialists or hybrids, but basically they're specialists. They don't really have any designated role, but they either have one thing that they're very good at, or they're like a Swiss Army knife. See the Crusader, for example. Like, Crusader is a tank, but he can also heal, he can do some backline damage. You see what I'm getting at. So, starting with the Spades, of course, we have the vanilla characters. We have Hellion, Highwayman, Grave Robber, Shieldbreaker, Bounty Hunter. Now, for the modded characters, we have Saw Hunter, Falconer, Miscreant, Rogue, Wanderer, Commandant, Oni, and Songbird. Those will be our Spades going into the next estate. Next, we have our supports and healers in the Hearts. We have Vestal, Jester, Occultist, Antiquarian. We have Anointed, Botanist, Wizard, Choir Hunter, Librarian, Marchioness, aka the Moth, Tempest, Examinate, and Sibyl. Those will be our healers and supports going into the 52 deck of 52. And then we have the clubs, our walls. Man-at-Arms, Leper, Houndmaster, Flagellant. Modded characters would be Tomb Prospector, Oliver, the big guy with the from Fire Emblem. I keep calling him Oliver because I don't know how to say his actual class name. We have Arbiter, Big Bird himself, Seraph, Lodestar, Paladin, a work in progress mod actually. That is the mouse with the sword and shield and stuff like that. And let's see, we have Lodestar and Stargazer. And then finally, our diamonds. Our diamonds are our specialists. We have Plague Doctor, Arbalest, Crusader, Abomination, and then with the modded characters, we have Thorn, Sisters, Ringmaster, Beast Hunter, another work in progress class, but Beast Hunter is perfect for this role. Ironclad, the Slay the Spire Ironclad, Duelist, Navigator, Trapper, and Resonant. Now, each of these characters have pretty much a couple things that they can switch between. They can change up their approach, basically, or they're very good at one thing. Plague Doctor is really good at blighting and backline damage. Arbalest is good for locking down position 4, sniping, but she can also do a little bit of healing, this, that, and here. You can see a reoccurring theme. Ringmaster, again, you can throw her up front, you can use her as dance team. That's pretty much the diamonds. Whereas the clubs, they're pretty much your go-to walls and stuff like that. Oh, I have an amendment, actually. I have one amendment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I forgot a couple characters on the clubs. Hold up. I forgot Judicator and Duchess. So, clubs were missing Judicator and Duchess. There was only 11 on that list. So, Judicator is one of our tanks, and so is the Duchess. Now, I had someone ask me, why Duchess? And for that, I say the original iteration of the Duchess Reformed, well, regular Duchess, was a crit tank, basically. She self-marks, she is the Iron Maiden, and she is pretty much a tank. She has a lot of self-sustain, and Duchess Reform is still more or less the same in that regard. She has this self-mark, she has this the sustain, she has a lot of prot she can throw out. Yeah, to me, she's a tank more than anything. I mean, sure, she'll probably fit more into diamonds, but I've already had enough characters to go into diamonds, and I really struggled. There's a couple characters I really want to throw in still. And for those wondering, what about the 2 jokers in the deck? The jokers will be wild cards. Whenever I draw them, I can pick any person in the roster. But there's a few people I would love to include, but I just can't really fit them, like Maverick here, Soulbinder. I'm actually thinking about replacing Stargazer with Soulbinder, actually. Because the more I think about Soulbinder, Soulbinder can do more stuff than Stargazer. Stargazer is really good at dodge tanking, but beyond that, he can't really do too much outside of that. Whereas Soulbinder, you gotta be a little bit more careful with how you use her. Excuse me. I had to take a drink of my tea. You have to be a little bit more careful how you use her, but she's a lot more flexible than Stargazer is. And Stargazer, I love the dude, but his laser is pitiful. It is absolutely pitiful. Now, the character I'm debating about changing out is Librarian. She's a fantastic healer and stress healer, but honestly, I don't really use her for the XP gain, and she's kind of became more of a novelty to me. And I'm wondering, who do I pick over her? I was thinking Weaver. Even though she's still work in progress still, Weaver would be a great addition as well. Other characters I've thought of adding instead of Librarian, I thought about Lamia. But the thing is with Lamia, I don't really like the human mode too much. Let's see. I thought about Nico. Messiah is really, really, really good. I thought about Therapist, but I already have enough stress healers. I don't need that many stress healers, to be quite honest. What's some other characters I thought of? I thought about Pure Heart, but I didn't really include any of the Dungeon Mastery characters. If I'm going to use Falconer, I'm definitely going to use the Pick 4 version with Cerebral's tweaks. So that's going to be interesting. I thought about Nurse, and I thought about Crystalline Herald. Crystalline Herald, I think, is a little too defensive. She can't really put out too much offensive presence compared to other characters, despite her heal and riposte being very good. I thought about Tanker for the tanks, but he's a wee bit too gimmicky for my taste. Now, I am still debating about Pelagic Idol. Pelagic Idol is amazing. He is great. But, again, he is a little gimmicky. And the whole point of this roster is I try to avoid gimmicks a bit more. Let's see. I initially had Judge instead of Resonant. Judge is a little bit gimmicky, whereas Resonant is pretty damn solid at stress tanking. She pretty much invalidates stress. But other than that, it's I really want to fit in Soulforged at some point too. But Pierce Beast Hunter, fantastic dude, fantastic class. But anyways, that's our list. Thrall didn't make it in. Navigator definitely made it in. I made sure to make Navigator in. Duelist. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the roster. There might be a couple omissions here and there. Oh yeah, by the way. Expect her in the future. Dragoon. Expect her in the future. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a quick, small update on that estate. Expect to see that in a month or two. Until then, I'll see you when I see you. Brr.